You can talk to me. Until then, ain't nothing going. Call who you need to call, do what you need to do. Ain't nothing happening. No money, no beers, no partying, no sections, nothing. You put me and mine on the motherfucking flyer, get me everything. And if you can't, don't play with me. I don't know if y'all from here, but don't play with me in this city. It's my motherfucking city. Don't play with me in this city.
I stayed with my mother. Most people don't know that we got different moms. Me and Messiah got the same mom. Messiah's my older brother. We did stay in Riverdale for a while. It turned out to be a good balance, but I wasn't looking at it like that at the time. So you could imagine going from this type of situation, which wasn't like bad. Like I didn't look around and be like, man, we need to, this is crazy. I wasn't like that.
Yeah.
But it's just like when you see something else, totally opposite of that, make you feel weird. Like I'm thinking about, dang, how does my mom feel? Like going on trips and stuff and she's at the house and going over here, we come back with clothes, toys.
King feels a certain type of way of like, okay, y'all think of us pertaining to you and him a certain way because of the TV show.
I think everything King is trying to say is just coming off. He's using the wrong words, I feel like, and I told him this.
We was on the tour bus. There was an episode of Rap City with Joe Claire and Big Les. They came on the bus with Outkast and Goody Mob, and everybody was freestyling, going back and forth. And then it got, I think, after CeeLo, didn't nobody want to do shit no more. And they were like, ain't nobody up. But I hopped right in there. Bow. And everybody like, damn, bro, good, for real.
Wow.
Now, I developed a rapport with Big Boy. He was like, shit, come up to the room, blow one. Go up to the room, we kicked it and hit it off from there. When I left L.A., got back to Atlanta, I never sold no dope no more in my life.
Wow.
I gave that shit away.
That's amazing.
And I told my plug, I'm doing the music shit. It's gonna take me a little longer to get you your money back, but I'm gonna pay you. He say, look, I tell you what, as long as you doing the music shit, you don't owe me shit. You get back in the game, I want my money.
Hey, yo, fam. Welcome back to the channel. So today we got some things to talk about in the news that's hitting the hip-hop world heavy. Word is T.I.'s son had been rushed to the hospital, and everybody has been buzzing about it. You already know Tip is one of the most respected OGs in the game, and when some things like this happen to his family, especially the kids, the whole culture feels it. Now, reports stated surfacing about the late night that KingHarris, T.I.'s son, was admitted after a medical scare. Details are a little shaky, but what we do know is what being said and being treated and being monitored closely. Anytime that you hear a young brother going through hard times or health struggles, it hits different. This ain't about the music. This ain't about the clout. This is about family, life, and prayers. Social media lit everything up immediately once the news broke. Fans and celebs and even folks who normally got smoke for T.I. were sending positive energy and prayers. That just shows you when real life happens, people put the beef and the drama aside. Everyone just wants to see King bounce back strong, and you can feel that love coming through across the timeline. As for T.I., you know, he's been a soldier through the career, always standing tall in the face of controversy and pressure. But when it comes to your child, all that toughness don't matter. It's about being a father, and the way that the Harris family been holding it down shows unity. No matter how the blogs say, no matter what's the trending right now or what family always comes first. So right now, all we could do is keep Harris family in our thoughts and prayers, and let's hope the King makes a full recovery and comes back even stronger. Sometimes moments like this remind us, all of us, to slow down, keeping our loved ones close, appreciate life. So drop your prayers in the comments below, and we'll keep things updated as much as possible. Stay locked in, hit that subscribe button, and stay blessed.
Come on, man. Let me say
Got you.
Let me say this, man. Let me say this about this family, Heather B. They don't even know it, man. I adopted myself. I became Tip brother before you even knew
So
it.
you put yourself in the
I
family.
put myself in the family.
Just showed
Tip.
up at the cookout.
Man, I've been to the house. I done laid on the couch. I done been everywhere. I've been in this man cave the whole nine. Yeah. I fell in love with this man's kids, man, and became uncle, to all of his kids.
Me while I was on house arrest.
That's right.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, when Tip was
not
on.
many people was even able. Not many people had a clean enough record to make it through.
The process to get to you into the house.
They had this shit like I was Obama or somebody. You know what I'm saying?
It was a short line.
Wow.
It wasn't a wait at all.
The vetting
man.
process was different.
Yeah, for real.
I think I might have been the only one in line, but
Wow.
I remember that, man, and I don't take that lightly, So that's when he actually made it into the family.
That's what happened, man. They was feeding me, and they didn't let me go upstairs.
What is the thing with wanting to
Right.
be upstairs
Yeah,
at
why
people's
would
house, bro? I keep
I
talking
don't
to him
understand.
about
What's
this.
the-
He do the same thing in my
What number
house.
kids' rooms?
I'm just saying, Tip. I'm Uncle Sway. I
Yeah,
could have looked
yeah.
in the room and saw something lacking, and maybe provided a painting or something.
Yeah, you'd probably caught some early marijuana detection. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I would have caught, man. But what I admire most is how the world has gotten to know this family, and I liken the family to the Jacksons, if you will. I liken the family to the Marleys. We met the parents, and the children of the parents are as
like the
talented,
Wayans family
like
too.
the Wayans family are as talented as the parents are, and some might argue even more talented because they got the information in the game from the parents, and then they took it and made it on their own. And I have to say, with this young man to the left, nephew, I mean, I know this is rare when we get them both in the studio at the same time.
Right.
Facts.
I know what that's like. I got a daughter who don't want to do nothing with me.
Well, he's no different.
Yeah.
He's no different.
And that's what I admire about him. Damani would reach out. We reach out on our own,
that's dope.
and I appreciate Tip, not being in the way of that. And I ain't gonna do nothing but show this young man love, but it's because of who he is too. So welcome Damani to the show, citizens.
Yes.
Welcome him back to the
Woo!
show.
Thank you.
Back again.
Wow.
Man, that falling track is a beast.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You got Anthony Hamilton and Rhapsody on that.
Two legends.
Did you send him the track, or did you just ask him?
Yeah, I went on tour with Rap City, so we already had a relationship, and I was wrapping up this project with this song, and I just knew she would. I just knew she would wrap it up well. She got away with words, and I just wanted her to write a poem, and she did just that. I didn't give her too much context, and it was just perfect. And then Anthony, he had reached out. And he had commented on some music, and I was like, we need to do something. He invited me to a show. It was dope. That was like the biggest concert that I seen since COVID, and he killed it. But then I sent him this. He got on everything that I sent him, but this was one of them.
That was the standout. All
Yeah.
right.
Can you tell me the headspace you were in when you wrote that? Because if I was just listening to that, and then if I didn't know you, somebody pointed and said, he wrote that, that's his song. I'm like, nah, he's way too young to be, in that space. If you don't mind sharing, because I know it's a creative process, but what headspace were you in when you tapped in like that?
Man, I really don't know. A lot of times I feel like it's the vibe, it's the energy in the room, it's the beat. And then, I don't know, I might have just been a little hungry that day. And, I really don't know, man. It just happens. And I don't record, very often. So that might have been the first song in 2-3 months.
Wow.
And at the time I was trying to wrap up this project, and it's exactly what I needed.
It sounds so good.
Thank you.
So good.
I'm looking at these brothers, man. They both got locks in their hair. I'm the original.
Beautiful.
I'm the original Tip.
Yeah, you are.
I had locks when you thought they were weird.
You know what?
Yeah, he definitely.
You probably right about that.
Yeah,
man.
Now look at you, baby.
Hey, man, the thing is, right? So when you hit 40, you just got to start, reinventing yourself, and you have to, because if you keep life the same too long, it becomes mundane and redundant, you know. And especially with us men with hair, you got to use it before you lose it. You know what I'm saying?
Before you lose it,
you ain't gonna have this privilege for long. You dig what I'm saying? So I wanna try all the styles. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, sooner than later, it'll be no more.
Okay, but there's a spiritual connotation to locks. You know, when I had my locks, it was my auntie Celia, who was a devout Rasta. You know, she practiced the philosophy of Rastafarians.
Right.
You know, we got people who study Yoruba, Islam, all these different spiritualities and religious sects. And so when I got my locks, it was based on that. But what I noticed is the attention became different towards me.
Okay.
Have you experienced any of that?
Man, I cannot say that I have a conscious awareness of that. I can't say that it hasn't happened without my knowledge. I think a lot of things around me are different now. Yeah. You know, I haven't associated it to the growing of my hair, but now that you mention it, it could be related. You dig? But it's you know, it's just a lot. I like to think that, you know, I'm putting out different energy. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm receiving different energy, or I'm operating under a different level of consciousness, a different level of understanding, placing myself in different rooms, surrounding myself with different people. You know what I mean? But all of that could be directly associated to my choice to grow my hair.
Power.
Which only came from the pandemic, by the way. I'm going to just tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So this is a pandemic dude.
Okay.
Tracy,
that's what I was curious about, too, Tip. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see Damani, of course.
She scared the shit out of me. I didn't know what
he thought I was a ventriloquist. He kept
Black
looking over.
woman is God. The black woman is God.
I thought this was like I thought this was like, you know, a recording or something. A whole show.
She live
this
in Brooklyn.
Is live.
Yeah.
What
it's like with Toy Story.
Hello.
She would talk and he look over here.
Look in that camera there, and it'll be like you looking at her. Go
ahead.
Go ahead, Tracy.
I'm going to look here.
Okay.
It feel a bit more natural. I feel you. It's like uncanny valley. But no, going into this conversation about your hair tip, like something I also noticed, it tends to be more with women, I guess, because there are just more options for us. But for a lot of artists, when you see something different with their hair, like I remember when Christina Aguilera, when she started adding like black to her hair, and then her sound changed. You know what I mean? Or even when Justin Timberlake had like braids, cornrows, and his sound started to change. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like your hair is now impacting your music? Like maybe you would want to add like a little reggae flair?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna just remind everybody with a low cut skint fade. My first song that I ever released was featuring Beanie Man called "I'm Serious."
I'm serious.
So
yeah, that's right.
I didn't need locks, you know, to have a dance hall flavor in my music. But I mean, I can't necessarily say that I do feel that way. I don't think that it has caused any change in my music. I ain't really been doing that much music lately. You know what I'm saying? I've been kind of like writing films.
Comedy.
Yeah, I've been doing comedy. Right, I just directed, wrote, and produced a series, a comedy series that DC Young Fly and I are executive producing.
Congratulations.
Out the water already.
Thank you.
Come on.
You know, it's extremely independent, you know, self-financed.
What's it called?
Departments.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
It's funny. Oh shit, you got a thumbs up from Damani there. It's funny.
Nah, yeah, absolutely. It's real, like, you know, hood comedy. Our stories, our people, the way it is in our communities, you know, especially in Atlanta. If you're in Atlanta, you're gonna associate yourself and relate to this immediately.
I just saw Tip in Times Square directing a video too.
Yeah.
5 mics, right?
Yeah, for five. I was just on the FaceTime with Five. Man, Five something else. Actually, the video is coming out today at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And him and Fat Joe, the New York, and I jumped at the chance. Me and Street Heat, you know, we co-directed it together. I jumped at the chance to do it just because since COVID, I haven't had a chance to go back to New York. You dig what I'm saying? So to be honest with you, it really, like a lot of the pictures during quarantine, you know, they were kind of surreal. But when you saw Times Square without a soul, that shit made me. That shit touched me. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So I just wanted to go back and see his shit in its full glory again. You know what I'm saying? And it was a dope experience. The song's dope, the video's dope, and you'll be able to see it at 1 o'clock.
I love it, man. You wouldn't have saw in the 90s. There wouldn't have been a guy from or the early 2000s from Atlanta necessarily.
Actually, I was there early 2000s.
Damn, Tip, you done it all.
I was actually there in the 90s as well.
Yeah.
I was actually there in the 90s as well. You know what I'm saying? I found out yesterday I'm from Washington Heights.
You Dominican?
Yeah, I'm not Dominican, but you know, I've been accepted into the Dominican family because you know my pops own property like at 155th St. Nick. You know what I'm saying?
Snap.
Yeah, my pops, my uncle, and them, they own buildings right there. They had a candy store up on the hill. You know what I'm saying? That's why I used to, as a child, like 6, 7, 8 years old, I used to kind of like, you know, sell candy and handle business at over the counter at the store.
In New York?
In New York. Man, I spent 11, 12 summers out my life in New York.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my pops, he lived in Columbus Tower, was 94th in Columbus, on the west side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I used to play at PS 84 on 92nd Street.
This is fire.
I got partners on 93rd Street. Used to play Manhunt in Central Park, stoop ball, hot peas and butter.
Wow.
Corners. You know what I'm saying?
Park.
Yeah, but we spent a lot of time in Harlem though, you know, right in the Washington Heights area because they own property there, had like little juke joints and ran numbers and you know handled their other unofficial business. You did.
Oh, man, I didn't know that, but when I think about how many years ago did I'm Serious come out? That was
2001.
2001. So we're celebrating the
21st year. Ah man, I'm Serious turned 21 the same time as Damani. That's something. Yeah.
All right.
How about that?
Congratulations, man.
I was Tip when you mentioned the project you're executive producing with DC Young Fly. Damani said, "Yo," and it's funny, and it made me curious. Damani, do you run your music by your dad first, and vice versa, just to kind of get that? Yo, is this right? Is this good? You run projects, yo. You think you're like, how does this work? Being in the house with so many talented people.
Nah, it's really based on whatever you like most excited about.
This is true.
But nah, everyone's confident in what everybody does.
Yeah.
But nah, if I feel like I'm really excited about this, I want him to hear it. I want everyone to hear it. So I'm gonna send. We got a little family group chat,
Right.
So we might send something in there. But yeah,
This is true. This is true.
I'm not on that group chat.
He said,
I'm just sending you music. You know.
We said, okay, man.
Hey man, but the thing is though, right? He sent it to me, but not for approval. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, hey man, check this out, man. I did this. You know,
Right.
it isn't like whether I like it or not, or whether I agree with it or not. He just sending it to me.
Sending it to.
Like,
Gotcha.
check that out. You know what I'm saying? Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know how we always be hearing people say like father like son, you know what I mean? Like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. What would you say you guys' differences are and similarities?
The crack era for one. You know,
Yeah.
I think that would definitely be one huge difference. But I think, man, to be honest with you, I believe that all of my children, they have all adopted different parts of my personality. You know, I think you've known me probably just as long as anyone else in the business has. And I have a very diversified palette of personalities. You know what I'm saying? Just depending on the environment, the experience, the circumstances. And I think that all of them have kind of, like King is probably the most, how do I say? The most of my expected personality, like the way the world. So there's three versions of ourselves. There's how the world sees us, how we see ourselves. Then there's who we really are. You dig what I'm saying? So King would be probably the the best example of how the world sees me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they know of me because that's what was largely promoted about me.
What do you mean? What part? Like the bodaciousness?
And audacious, pompous, arrogant.
Okay.
Brave.
Mm-hmm.
Brave,
King is brave, yo.
Short-tempered.
Mm-hmm.
Napoleon complex-ish kinda. But a lot of people don't know. For me, the reason I was like that because I grew up on Bankhead. I went to Grove Park Elementary School, which is the public school that you go to when you're from where I'm from on Bankhead. And I was extremely smart, good looking, small, light skinned, well dressed. I read paragraphs fluently, in places where kids were struggling and stuttering. And I had two options. I could either pretend to be dumb. Or I could show people that I could be smart and just as bad as you are. I'm getting just as much trouble and read just as good as you can. And I chose the latter. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't look like how I look and be how I am and be as articulate and so on and so forth and have the, just the notion to be how I am in that era, in that place, without having some kind of chip on your shoulder or presenting you. You have to earn the right to be that way. You know what I'm saying? And over time, as smart as I got was as bad as I got, and that's kind of where that came from. But as I evolved and got older, I learned, that I had been investing in actions and activities and develop certain sets of skills that I can no longer use. You know what I'm saying?
At this stage in your life, right?
And so I'm trying to tell King that when I try to tell, hey King, you investing in some shit you ain't even gonna be able to use when you get, and he don't understand it yet, but neither did I. So I just kind of, we work and grow and learn and evolve together as a family.
Was King the one a couple years back that went to get the backpack or something?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, I like that. He still held on to some of that past. All right, okay.
No recollection.
Okay, great. Okay, all right, get that, man. Damani, what are the differences you think?
With me and him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot that was the question.
Yeah, I know. Let me see. Man, we're both. I don't know. I think I think a lot more. He does. He thinks, but I sit down and I won't move unless I think it all the way through. We're both understanding, but I don't know, man. It might just be experience. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
He's experienced a little bit
I think
more.
he's more thoughtful. Like, he cares a lot more about others than me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I care about others, in the right time. But, like, if it's a decision on me to do something, it's like, okay, well, if I do this, others may, it may affect others. Like, man, fuck that, man. Let's go. We're going to go and do this. And he's more like, well, you know what, man? I don't really want to. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? So he has, a lot more humility and a lot more thought, and he cares a lot more in that way. He's a lot, like he has a pure, good heart. The kind that is kind of dangerous in this society. Is so sincere and genuine. You dig?
Yeah.
That you know what I'm saying. Somebody got to show some teeth. You know what I'm saying? You got to be somebody around, and that's why I like to keep them with King. You know what I'm saying, so they can balance each other out. You dig?
Yeah.
You didn't grow up like necessarily with a silver spoon though, right?
I had a great life.
Yeah.
Keep it a buck. I like that.
I had a great childhood.
No, Sway, mine was platinum.
Right.
Sorry.
What's a silver?
Sorry.
What?
Silver, we don't do that.
Silver?
For the poppers.
Platinum. Shit.
What places of poverty do they have silver spoons? Are you serious?
But no, I definitely didn't grow up bad. But I did grow up with my mom. You know, but wasn't bad at all.
Wasn't bad at all. I admire you, man. I feel for Tip in some ways, right? Because I've watched generations of other ethnicities, find upward mobility in corporations and society and tax status, and then through nepotism put their family members in different positions, and they'll pass on the experience and the information. And you just see what it yields. These people own the world, and so as black folks, now that our generations are starting to have this upward mobility, we want to give it all to our kids, right?
Exactly.
But our kids don't want to take it.
Wiser, but
Man,
right?
Yeah. I think that's we the only ones that do that though. That's our culture. I don't know why, but yeah, man.
Why is it for you though?
Now wait a minute. When you say give it out to them and they don't want to take it, because that, I think there's a little context I think could be added to that. When you say they don't want to take it, you mean the information, the opportunities, or the spoils?
The things that the parents built up for them for the next generation.
Like they don't want to follow in the family footsteps. They don't want to operate the family business
in the same way that we did. Like when I look at him, not. I can't think of when you talk about not taking the grand hustle chain or doing doing the reality shows, and really want to set himself apart as an artist, right? And it bewilders me sometimes, but I respect it.
Me too. Yeah, it's sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's sacrifice. Like that's a sacrifice. Okay, so just to juxtapose it a bit. Okay. So his sacrifice for his dream was walking away from let's call it the 5-figure check. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it could have been 6. Could have been right at 6. High fives, low 6 figure check to show his dedication to his art, because he didn't want to be known as a cast member of a reality show. He wanted to be known as an artist. He wanted to set out on his own path. Whereas I kind of did the same thing when I was just coming in, but it was okay. So when I first had the opportunity to, I was invited out to LA in 1999 for the Source Awards with KP, Outkast, Goody Mob, so on and so forth. Now, before that invitation, I was still riding my bike selling crack up and down Bankhead, okay? Okay, so when I went out and saw how close I was to my dream, I came back, never wanted to sell no more crack, never touched it, gave it away. I gave it away. I had some that I was supposed to be selling that I had to, pay my re-up back with, but I gave that away to my partner and said, I don't want it. You dig? And so I feel like that sacrifice, and I never looked back after that. But actually,
don't go there, man.
What I mean is, I don't want to paint the picture as though as soon as I made that sacrifice that everything in my life became, opulent. Okay. You dig what I'm saying? There was still some adverse moments financially that I had to endure. You know what I'm saying? And that sacrifice, me choosing to go through that rather than go back to something that I know could pay me right quick. But I sacrificed a good time now to have a great time later. And I feel like that's the same energy that I peep from his decisions.
Yeah, and it wasn't even wasn't even all about the money. I knew I'm always gonna be cool, but it was missing a lot of family activities, like a lot of family vacations, family trips, missing a lot of events because I didn't want to be on camera or be on the show or get in the way, and then somebody tell me step out the way. So it was a lot of that. That's what I would say affected me the most.
That's what affected you the most. Damani's here. Yeah. But man, I love this, man. Thank you guys for giving us this opportunity to talk to you both, because I think Tip, I respect you to the utmost as a father.
Love and respect.
You know what I mean?
Return.
Absolutely. And I respect nephew as a young man, now 21 years of age. We could go to we could go to the club together, not to sneak you in.
That's right.
It's a little different. What I love too is this Family Connect video. Right, the song was released before, so I was like, what is this? Is it a remix or something?
Yeah. Nah, man. So that's the thing about music, man. It's evergreen. You dig what I'm saying? You don't have to, release it on a schedule or a timeline unless it's connected to some kind of conventional corporation that only wants you to do things one way. The beauty of independence is you do it how you want to do it, when you want to do it, as you see fit. And we've had the video for at least 6 months. You know, we just hadn't put it out, didn't figure out, like, you know, I mean, we just thought it was time now. This is the perfect moment.
Messiah on the beats.
Yeah.
That's right.
Come on, man. The whole family. I don't know if we've seen this before. The producer, the 2 artists, all from the same sperm.
Right. And look at what my sperm can do. You know what I'm saying? Just stand back.
Gotta make your sperm an NFT.
My sperm can do.
You know what, Sway? Get.
Listen.
What happened just now?
For 9,000 Ethereum, you too, kid.
Hey, Tip, when did it click? I want to do comedy. What happened?
Man, to be honest with you, specifically, I just got thrown on stage.
Okay.
My partner K-Dub, who hosts a lot of open mic nights, and is very, very huge in the scene in comedy in Atlanta. One of my closest partners, and I was at one of his shows, like one of his events, and we were having a discussion about someone who was on stage, having a horrible go of it, and we both agreed that, you know, man, he need to come on down. It's not working. We both agreed, but we were having a discussion as to why it wasn't working. And he was like, man, nah, man, he bombing because of this. I'm like, no, I think he bombing because of that. And he turned to me like, when you gonna get on stage then, since you know so much? And I'm like, I don't care, I'll do it one day. And as soon as he got up on stage, he said, coming to the stage, whether he know it or not, he funny.
That same day?
Yeah, that same day, right then,
Wow.
after that conversation. And I was like, at first I was sitting down, I was like, he talking to me? He talking to me? Shit. But then I heard how loud they were clapping. I couldn't just be like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean? So from the